Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the most interactive radio show on Facebook Live. We bringing the hottest news, the illest independent artists, and a whole lot of love, baby. Okay. Get up, roll up, sit back, and ride to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Georgia's first black governor. Yes. I don't understand. Oh, that will probably be it right there. Welcome to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully you're having a good time. It's a beautiful Thursday here in the ATL. So how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Hopefully you're grateful and being alive this morning. Hopefully. So how's everybody doing, man? Welcome to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. I am your host, Georgia First Black Governor. We are here live from the ATL to the world over. So how's everybody doing this morning? I'm grateful to be alive. If you're grateful to be alive, this is the time for you to thank God for being alive. And I'll wait. Oh, okay. There you go. That's not hard. So I'm grateful for my first lady, our parents, our children, our parents and siblings and family, our friends, even our foes, and even those that's going to come in and troll. I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all. Thankful to my people that's watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get the notifications when they come in. So I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all for tuning in and rocking out with us this morning. It is the Love Series Thursdays, and we are in Mama Quita's State of the Women Month. And today, her topic is the Drama Mama. Ooh, Drama Mama. Drama. The drama mamas. And we did have a little technical difficulty earlier. So Mama Quita is going to try to get it into us via, she's going to try to send me the audio. The video is having problems, and y'all know how that can be when the video has problems. So, but besides all of that, thank you all for tuning in and rocking out with us. I am grateful for y'all to be in here. Thank for everybody that's tuning in. We going to get into it this morning. This morning. We gonna get into it. My inspirational rant this morning is, pardon me, I'm looking down. I'm trying to make sure we doing what we're supposed to do. So my inspirational rant for this morning is, didn't Grandma truly know best? Didn't Grandma? Let me write that down. Grandma knew best. Grandma knew best. Most women thought Grandma was weak. Most women thought Grandma couldn't handle it. Most women thought that grandma was soft, a rug, a pushover. They didn't want to take heed or counseling from grandma. No. They didn't do that. They wasn't going to do that. But what they didn't know, and what they refused to accept, was grandma's foundation. See, grandma had a foundation that she refused to bend, budge, or break from. Grandma had a set of rules that she lived by. Most women didn't want to take heed to grandma because most women wanted to spaz. Most women they felt that grandma didn't voice her opinion because grandma didn't scream or holler or yell or get mad because grandma had a strong and solid foundation. Grandma knew she couldn't change granddad. Grandma knew that the only person that can change, the only person that can change granddad was God himself. So if God was the only one that can change granddad, grandma used that to her advantage. See, y'all thought grandma was weak, but grandma was really the strongest that you've ever seen. See, what y'all consider a strong woman, to grandma, that was a weak woman. To grandma's standards, what you consider to be a strong black woman today, grandma will consider you to be weak and silly and foolish. But grandma knew her foundation. Grandma knew who God was. Grandma knew prayer changes everything. Grandma knew subtlety in speech is what wins the husband. Grandma knew arguing gets you nowhere. Grandma knew how she conducted herself was how she would win him over time after time. Grandma knew that God was the head of Christ. Christ was the head of man, and man was the head of woman. Grandma knew that if he got out of line, that her Jesus was going to take care of him. Grandma knew to keep a skill and a trade in the back pocket just in case if he fail, she can go out and bring it in too. Grandma knew that kicking granddad out would destroy the family. Grandma knew that family was everything. Grandma knew that the role and the position of this man was everything. Grandma knew that God provided for her and the husband. Grandma knew. Regardless of how good it may sound from the government, how sweet it may have come across from another woman, how this may have sounded, she wasn't gonna move off of her foundation. And y'all said grandma was weak. But what y'all fail to realize is the principles and the foundation that grandma stood on was very powerful, which made her very powerful. It made her powerful spiritually, which made her powerful naturally. See, what you consider a strong woman, grandma will call you weak. And what you strong women, the knowledge that you refuse to take in. See, grandma knew her position was to teach you, because her foundation, the God she prayed to, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believed in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. That God, she knew what his word said. That's was her foundation. And that she wasn't going to bend, break, or budge for nobody. And that was the foundation she wanted to give you. But you didn't want that because you thought grandma was weak. You thought granddad ran over grandma. You thought granddad mistreated grandma. Not knowing the position that a man is the head of the house, but the woman controls the household. However, yet, the greatest way to control is through meekness, kindness, patience. These are the first three things they tell you love is. And the problem that has extended is the simple fact that y'all didn't want to take heed to grandma. This is why y'all don't know what love is. This is why you lack meekness, patience, kindness. This is why you don't understand the true meaning of forgiveness. Grandma foundation put her in the position where she knew best, because she did accordingly to the work of the Lord, not the work of herself. And by doing that, made her more powerful than most of you women who claim to be strong. We'll be back with more of the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show right after this. We'll be back. More of the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show live with Georgia's first black governor. Are you looking to become a better parent, escaping domestic or family violence, need help with anger management, couples mediation, or just individual guidance? If this sounds like you, then contact the Georgia Life Center by visiting their website at georgialifecenter.org or give them a call at 470-395-1397 to set up an appointment, because they believe everyone can lead a happy, productive life free of violence and abuse. Basketball season is returning to the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA. Ages range from 3 to 14. Registration begins August 12th and ends November the 2nd. There's a $100 registration fee for all children. Payment plans and scholarships are available for those who qualify. Parents, you can register in person at 2220 Hamilton Road, Southwest Atlanta, or online at ymcaregistration.com. So let's team up and score with a perfect season with the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA Youth Basketball. Are you tired of living from check to check? Want to increase potential income? Live the life you want? Establish financial and secure future for you and your loved ones? So if you're an entrepreneur, want to own a business, or just need to make a little extra money on the side, contact Josie Kebe to get you started on the road to financial freedom, income protection, and a better life. And let her show you how to leave a legacy. The After School program returns to the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA starting August 12, 2019. All children must be registered to participate. There's a $40 registration fee and the program is $80 per week. Must bring all immunization records and financial assistance is available with proof of income. So come and sign up for the best after school program in the ATL. The YMCA is America's swim instructor. Each year, the YMCA teaches millions of children how to swim. We have swim starters for ages 6 months to 3 years old, swim basics, ages 3 years old and up, and swim stroke, ages 3 years old and up. All you have to do is go to ymcaatlanta.org to register. The Y is here for good. We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor.
All I see is blessings, got no time for stressing. Don't believe in failures in my life, it's only lessons. They just making room for what I'm on now. I don't got a clue, but I know the one who does know how. Oh wow, it's like I'm learning the game with the maker I already know now. Destiny has my name, know it's coming, it'll never go. I know that we all gonna be alright. We gon' make it through if it takes us all night. No matter what the odds may bring our way, I can see the blessings coming our way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blessings on blessings, yeah. I can see the blessings coming our way. Our way, our way. Blessings on blessings, yeah. I can see the blessings coming our way.
I can't say that life's been perfect or complain, cause life's been worth it. And all because of who he is working. Only working out for my God. And no more living in that fear, no more tears and no. Oh, he's working me and molding me who he wants me to be.
I know that we all gonna be alright. We gon' make it through if it takes us all night. No matter what the odds may bring our way, I can see the blessings coming our way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blessings on blessings, yeah. I can see the blessings coming our way. Our way, our way. Blessings on blessings, yeah. I can see the blessings coming our way.
I can see the blessings, I can feel your presence, leaning on the change in my heart for your endeavors. I pray I'm your reflection, I fiend for your correction. The cross brought the connection, and through Jesus is perfection. Life done hit me crazy, been more stressed than ever. Living like whatever, through the rain I feel you drawing closer. Lord, make me better, take me, shape me, use me, I am yours. Take me, break me for the glory of the Lord. Okay, not only does he hold me when I'm down and feel I'm folding, he my coach when I'm the goalie, never lonely. Got that hope in he who holy, holy, holy. Keep that rugged cross all on me, need that spirit to control me. Seek that word to come and mold me, yeah. It's like I can feel the blessings coming my way. Yeah. It's like I can feel the blessings coming my way.
I know that we all gonna be alright. We gon' make it through if
blessings come, blessings come. I can see the blessings coming our way, yeah, yeah. That was Evan and Iris with Be Alright. We're here back live with the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. Yes, we're here, we're live. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. It is Mama Quita Love Series with the State of the Women's Month. And today's topic is the Drama Mama. So that will be coming up at the top of the hour. So y'all know how we do here close to the bottom. So how's everybody doing? Don't forget to make sure that you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you share this. Let people know that we exist. Invite your friends in. Also, if you would like to donate to the show, all that information is below in the description. The PayPal and the Cash App. Yes. Oh, man. So there's been a lot of things going on in the world, man. There's been a lot of things going on that's been triggering a lot of people. Listen. Everything in the world is not racist. And just because I disagree with you doesn't make me a racist. I saw where this black guy, he was wearing a MAGA hat. And this white guy spazzed out on him. And he was like, dude, you're black. Why do you have on a MAGA hat? That's racist. You're racist. So the black guy was like, so because I support Donald Trump, I'm racist. So he asked the guy, tell me what he said, what he's done that was racist. And the guy couldn't come up with anything. The biggest problem in society now is they're trying to get away from free thinking. They want to tell you what to think. They want you to go with their narrative. The problem is there's too many of us going with the narrative. There's too many of us that's falling victim to the narrative. And I'm confused. Because this further let me know that you're not reading, you're not thinking on your own. When people come up to me and have a disagreement, they can only quote me what was said on CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, TBS, and ABC, and DFG, and HIJK, and the group called LMNOP. That's all you can tell me. You don't have any facts. You haven't read the laws for yourself. You haven't taken the due diligence to put in your own footwork. To put in your own... I'm confused. You haven't taken the time to research it for yourself. And I tell you all the time, please, 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 don't take my word for it. Go research it for yourself. Go look at it for yourself. I tell you this all the time. Stop believing what people tell you. And for my church folks, I definitely be talking to y'all because the Bible clearly states, study to show thyself approved. But y'all steady going, and either you're in an organization that tells you only the pastor can interpret the Bible. But that's not what the Bible said. The Bible said, study to show thyself approved. And the reason why I told you that, because it says in the last days there will be many false prophets. It will be They words will be sweet yet bitter. Sweet to the taste, bitter on the soul. Because you're going to be held accountable for yourself. And I would think that if the Bible told you to study to show thyself approved, I would take that as you can apply that into every situation of your life. Because they want something to jump off. This is why they always use the word bigotry, racist, racism. Be careful of people who constantly use these words, because these words were set and put up and designed for you to fall victim, for you to adopt the narrative without thinking. They don't even teach critical thinking in school anymore. Critical thinking was very important. The reason why was because people wanted you to think for yourself. Because they knew people wouldn't always agree. However, yet, if we can come to a common ground, then we can move forward. But only critical thinking allows you to come to a common ground. And because you don't want to think, you just want to feel. But the Bible tells you to be careful of your emotions. To my Christian folks, why do you think Jesus always gave parables? Why do you think when they asked him a question, most of the time he responded with the question and with the parable? Because he wanted you to think. He said when you come into the body of Christ, there has to be a renewing of the mind. Meaning you have to change the way you think. That's what that means. You have to change the way you think. And if you don't change the way you think, then you will constantly repeat the same pitfalls. You will constantly go through the same problems. You will constantly have issues. Because you don't want to change the way you think. But you have to. There has to be a renewing of the mind. You can't always allow someone to tell you what's what. Sometimes it is good to think for yourself. It's just is what it is. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back.
At the YMCA, the family YMCA, each year the lives by 1 million of children smile. And what that means, serving members in love every day.
Swim Basics, ages 3 years old and up, and Swim Stroke, ages 3 years old and up. All you have to do is go to ymcaatlanta.org to register. The Y is here for good. Oops.
The after-school program returns to the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA starting August 12, 2019. All children must be registered to participate. There's a $40 registration fee, and the program is $80 per week. Must bring all immunization records, and financial assistance is available with proof of income. So come and sign up for the best after-school program in the ATL. Calling all my people on the night shift. The late drivers of Uber and Lyft, the night hawks, the creepers, heading home from the club, or you just up doing what grown folks do. You need to be tuned in to the hottest radio personality in the ATL, Big Ray Van Groove, from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sounds of Atlanta. At the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA, our staff lives by one golden rule: smile. And what does that mean? Serving members in love every day.
Yeah. In time.
In time.
We ain't playing at all.
Nah, we not. So what you got to say, y'all? Here's my man.
He that dwells in the
The
secret
Rock.
place of the Most High
Bar.
shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Where end time's ambition. We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show.
The Jews were lost.
Right after
Do the
this.
laws, Jerusalem's ours. I got a truer cause. I can't quit it, I'm too involved. His hands up, cops still drew his arm. Don't do it, Sarge. Let off 50 shots, say you were scared, they won't give you a charge. Let NASA tell it, those ain't chariots, he's shooting stars. NASA in Hebrew means deceiver. We don't believe you. I don't believe you walked on the moon or you flew to Mars. The firmament is permanent, it don't move at all. I can prove it all. Scriptures loaded, I shoot them off. No way you can dodge. Just know me, you cool as frost. When you stand before that white throne, you'll see who's in charge. Repent. You on the highway to hell and that Uber costs. I write these little raps and post them, but I got newer songs. I ain't drop them, but I promise they my truest bars. 7 trumpets gon' be a coup de grace. I'm a Bruce, so if I do it, I'ma do it large. Wherewithal shall a man cleanse his way? By doing what the scriptures say. Incline your ear to the laws and never disobey. Last time we did that, we got shipped away. Christ is coming any day and he ain't finna play. The sinners of his people gon' die by the sword. That's in Amos 9, Hebrew state of mind. Eyes on the sinful kingdom, they twisting up Paul's epistles. Cross me, I'ma forgive you. Pray you repent for the Father get you. In the day of wrath, you think money gon' solve your issue? It's gon' burn with fervent heat, Aki, that's toilet tissue. That same fire gon' purify us. You work more than silver, they put iron yokes on our necks and said we were only niggas. They told us that we were only thugs. I beg to differ, you got royal blood, biblical Jews. They won't tell us, but they know it's us. They try to drug us up, but we sobered up, ain't no controlling us. Sober minds, they had us blindfold. Eyes closed, now we got open eyes. I just want my folk to rise. I pray that the fam listen. Wake up the lost sheep, that's my ambition. Read Luke chapter 21 and pay attention. Knowing if they fall for anything, then I can't stand with them. If you listen, seek repentance. Being famous ain't my intention. Yeah. Kahalai Shabalakam Wabana Matawa. Yeah. In times. Wherewithal shall a man cleanse his way. Not doing what the scriptures say.
Yeah.
Wow.
How can you cleanse your way without doing what the scriptures say? Yeah. End times ambition. Welcome back to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, man. We are here live Thursday, Mama Quita Love Series. And we're here on the State of the Women's Month. And today's topic is Drama Mama. And that'll be coming up around the 10 o'clock hour. Yes. So welcome. Thank you for tuning in and rocking out with us this morning. We are back, man. We're here with Portia Kirkland. Words of wisdom this morning. Portia Kirkland. You can follow Miss Portia Kirkland at pkfaith.com. That is at pkfaith.com. And you can also follow her at pkfaith on Facebook. That is at pkfaith. pkfaith. Thank you for the suggestion, YouTube. And big up to YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing us to be on and carrying on. YouTube, go ahead and promote us. Put us on out there. Let people know what we doing. We're not a monetized show. Our money comes from the advertisements that you see. So if you're a business and you would like to have your commercials ran, hit us up. WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. Hit us up. Let us know. We got you. All that information is in the description box. So, now, with that being said, now we on to Miss Portia Kirkland words of wisdom for this morning. And it says, what God opens, no man can close. What God closes, no man can open. Let go of people and things Satan want for you and embrace God's desires. Let it go. Hashtag trust him. Hashtag forward PK Faith. Well, in order to maneuver forward, what it do, bro? In order to maneuver forward, you got to let go of things, people, places. You got to let go of all the nouns, people, places, and things. And you can't be afraid to let it go, whether family, friend, or foe. A lot of times it's hard to let go because we are so tied to things. We've been in it so long that we don't know how to turn away from it. We've been doing it so long that it's hard to break up the monotony of it. But what God opens, no one can close. And what he closes, no one can open. And that is a true statement. Whatever door he opens for you, regardless if people feel that you should have it or not, it's going to open. Regardless if people feel that you're qualified or not, you make the ranks, you're smart enough, you got the capability, the capacity thereof, he's going to open that door. And no one can close that door. And when God closes a door in a chapter in your life, a lot of us try to run back and open that door, but it won't. And even if you try, it's going to slam in front of you, because that's not yours anymore. He don't want you on that side of the door anymore. And why keep going back to the doors that he's closed already? Why aren't you moving forward towards the doors that are opening? That means there's some fear involved. That means that there's a lack of trust. And it's crazy that she put the hashtag trust him. That's all he asks. Trust him. Seek him. Seek his kingdom and all his righteousness first. A lot of us can't move forward because we refuse to trust him. We refuse to let go and let God do what he do. And I'm pretty sure y'all like, well, Gov, give us an example, because we don't understand what you're talking about. So let me give you an example. I know people who pray to God about things, and this is the biggest thing. They go to God in prayer, God, take care of A, B, and C. God says, okay, I'm going to take care of A, B, and C. But then you go back and you start worrying about A, B, and C. You start trying to fix it yourself. And then you get in God's way. And God will take a step back. Like, whatever. You ask me to handle it, but since you think you know best, go ahead. And then it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. God said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. For my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, and my ways are way higher than your ways. And a lot of us have become microwave because we want it right then. It ain't. God works in his timing because God is not in our time. 1,000 days, 1,000 years is like one day to God, as one day is like 1,000 years. So your time and God's timing ain't the same. The way he thinks, you can't fathom. He said you would never be able to think how I think. Your ways will no way be near mine. Because what you're thinking, I might not be thinking. In order to move forward, you have to let go. Let go of that past. Let go of that hurt. Repent for the wrongdoings in those past relationships. Ask for forgiveness for how you was treated. Also, ask for forgiveness of how you reacted. See, we always want to punish the person that came, but we never want to look at our actions. And because of our actions, it still keep us there. So you got to let that go. Yeah, he hurt you. Let it go. He left you and went on. Let it go. She hurt you and left you. Let it go. They didn't agree with you. Let it go. Shake the dust off. Move forward. But you got to trust him. And most importantly, as Mama Quita always say, you got to look at yourself. You got to look at your actions. You have to be accountable for you. And a lot of us don't want to be accountable for us. This is why we can't get the blessings. And this is why we can't get the desires that God wants for us. Because we refuse to take our own accountability. Because taking our own accountability means that we trust God to move us forward. This let us know that we ain't as strong as we portray to be. We are not who we think we are. Because God done closed the door, but you want it open. But you haven't let go of things and people. And Satan keeps bringing it up. And you're comparing this one to that one. And, oh, I liked it how he did it this way. And you don't do it that way. Do it that way because that's how I liked it. You still bringing him. You still bringing your past into the future. And then it becomes a problem. Because most of us haven't properly healed from that closed door. A lot of us, a breakup, I was told a breakup, Pastor Derby said this best. He said a breakup is like a death. And a lot of us haven't mourned that death before we move on. But you gotta let go. Anger, let it go. Problems, let it go. Your number one weapon in this world is prayer. Prayer is that direct line. It's that it'll get you there faster. Prayer. got to have some prayer. Prayer. You got to have trust. That's the only way you can move forward. So that's your Miss Portia Kirkland words of wisdom for the day. Said, what God opens, no man can close. What God closes, no man can open. Let go of people and things Satan wants for you and embrace God's desires. God desires you to be not poverty, but good. God desires you to live a good life, a healthy life. God desires you to be kind to your brother. God desires you to be at peace. God desires you to have joy. God desires you to go out and talk about him. God desires you to become a disciple. God desires you to live righteously. Most importantly, God desires for you to love him. So embrace God's desires. Not man's, not yours. Let go of yours. Because Jesus said, die to yourself. So what God opens, no man can close. What God closes, no man can open. Let go of people and things Satan wants for you and embrace God's desires. Let it go. Hashtag trust him. Hashtag forward PK Faith. So again, you can follow Miss Portia Kirkland at pkfaith.com, or you can go on Facebook and follow her at PK Faith. And we'll be back. We're going to get into the top of the hour with Mama Quita's love series and her State of the Women's Month with Drama Mama. She left y'all a nice little voicemail, nice little message. So we're going to hear what Mama Quita has to say. And she told me what her 3 main points were. And we going to have some fun today.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing to see us. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. They offered me the deal, came with 3 mil. Had to dumb down the scale for that radio appeal. Women at will, all the money here, but talking about Jesus. Saying that ain't welcome here. I can't glorify the spirit, but I can glorify the street. False prophet through the meat, as I profit through the speech. Can't mention blood unless it's gang related. Can't talk about the cross unless it's chain affiliated. Revelation unrelated, say the truth is so hated. Everything money motivated, women disgraded. I can only say when it's sex orientated. Can't speak about the savior, but I can name ya. Say I don't do skinny jeans, fat swag, kiss men. Last man that kissed a man, betrayed him in the end. Giving scriptures to these raps, just for me to rap. From the church to the trap, just to free yourself.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing to see us. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing to see us. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. Now, they say I can rap about I can run up in the house, strip you and the spouse, put you both on the couch, put duct tape on the mouth, wondering what this all about. You claiming that you future, so bring them comments out. I can't uplift my people unless we constantly getting high. While we piping, getting by, why you want me to inspire? Putting pounds in the trunk, driving across the state line. Say Virginia got mechanics, so be careful where you drive.
Unless they in twerk videos, say they kissing other girls, IG pose, no clothes, no clothes. Stop killing each other more than the police if you really want peace. Say love thy neighbor, stop with this or self-hating. Stop asking government for the blessings that God gave us. Young man, put your pants up. Lady, put some clothes on. All my black men, stand up. I'm gone.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing to see us. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing to see us. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. 5280, 5280. Bless baby, bless baby, bless baby, bless baby, bless baby. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Are you tired of living from check to check? Want to increase potential income? Live the life you want? Establish financial and secure future for you and your loved ones? So if you're an entrepreneur, want to own a business, or just need to make a little extra money on the side, contact Josie Kibi to get you started on the road to financial freedom, income protection, and a better life. And let her show you how to leave a legacy. The YMCA is America's swim instructor. Each year, the YMCA teaches millions of children how to swim. We have swim starters for ages 6 months to 3 years old, swim basics, ages 3 years old and up, and swim stroke, ages 3 years old and up. All you have to do is go to ymcaatlanta.org to register. The Y is here for good. The number one question parents always ask is,
what activities take place in the after-school program?
We're glad you asked. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA after-school program includes STEAM, Youth Fit for Life, most importantly, homework assistance, arts, humanities, family involvement, community collaborations, and a nutritious snack. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA after-school program creates an environment that promotes and inspires learning enrichment and fun beyond the school day. For more information, stop on by 2220 Hamilton Road, Southwest Atlanta, or give us a call at 404-523-9622 and ask for Miss Sarah Brown so you can enroll your child in the best after-school program in town. Financial assistance is available for those that qualify. Are you looking to become a better parent? Escaping domestic or family violence? Need help with anger management, couples mediation, or just individual guidance? If this sounds like you, then contact the Georgia Life Center by visiting their website at georgialifecenter.org or give them a call at 470-395-1397 to set up an appointment, because they believe everyone can lead a happy, productive life free of violence and abuse. When we come back, we gonna get into Drama Mama. At the top of the hour, Mama Quita State of the Women Month. But before we do that, let's get into a little praise and worship.
Here for you, Lord.
Let's let him have his way.
Desperate for more.
We'll be back right after.
Hearts filled with praise. Take over this place and have your way. Have your way. Lord, have your way. Yeah, have your way in here. Oh, help me sing it. Here for you, Lord. Desperate for more. And our hearts are filled with praise. So take over this place. Have your way. Have your way. Have your way. Have your way. Oh, this is about to get real good to me. Oh, we are desperate
is our prayer. This is our plea. God, we are desperate. And we're waiting for you. So have your way. Have your way. Come on, give it all you got this time. Everybody say we are desperate. We are waiting on you, Lord. Have your way.
Yes. Have your way. Yes. Welcome back to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. That was Daryl Walls with Have Your Way. Yes. Have your way in this place right now. Have your way on this show right now. Have your way in everybody's life right now. Have your way to where they will understand the message that Mama Quita is going to bring forth. Have your way. Have your way. Not our way, not our will, not what we want, but your way. Have your way. How many of us are willing to trust him to have his way? As Portia Kirkland's words of wisdom earlier was, whatever door God opens, no man can close, and whatever door he closed, no man can open. Are you willing to have God's desire and will in your life? Will you allow him to have his way? Yes. Have your way here. So, as promised, welcome to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. I thank y'all for tuning in. We're here on the Mama Quita Love Series. For the State of the Women's Month today, the day's title is Drama Mama. Mama Quita with love had to be in, but things got turned around, so she had to show face in the office this morning, and we still thank her for leaving us with her words and leaving us with her inspiration. I could tell you that Mama Quita said that there are 3 main points that she's going to point out, and those is what you see is what you learn. Be aware and become aware of who you are, and only you can break that cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the message that Mama Quita has stored upon us for today. So without further ado, here's Mama Quita.
Morning, y'all. It's Mama Quita's Love Series. Okay, so today I'm talking about Drama Mama. All right, ladies. So, first thing I need us to understand is what we see when we're growing up is what we become accustomed to. And whether we realize it, as much as we say we hate something, boy, we will repeat it without realizing it. And what I'm talking about is the drama that you saw in your house. Most of us grew up with mamas that would snap off on you, tell you off. Some of us had those parents, meaning mom, dad, stepdad, stepmom, where we saw a lot of dysfunction. And when I say dysfunction, I mean you see the arguing and the cussing out. Some of us saw fighting, the domestic violence, and that's what we became accustomed to. Some of us had the mamas who were in control, and that's what we came accustomed to. And when you become accustomed to that, guess what? A part of that is a part of you. So now you think you're supposed to control everything. And some of us have those relationships where we don't think we're loved unless we're being violated in some way, whether that be physically, whether that be verbally. So we don't think that we're loved when someone is actually loving us the right way. We don't even know how to accept that because what we're used to is seeing dysfunctional love. So that means when I come in the house, I got to start something. I don't know that you love me unless we arguing or we fighting or there's discontentment and contention in the house. Yeah, no, that's not love. You calling me out of my name and cussing me out and us fighting every day, that's not love. That's dysfunction. Some of us don't even know how to function unless there's drama. And then the first thing you say is, I don't have nothing to do with drama. But then, if we watch your actions, you're talking about folks, and this is in a relationship at home or even in a relationship at work or other places. You're talking about folks, you're starting stuff, you're whispering in folks' ears to start other stuff. It all leads back to drama. So I'm going to need you to take a step back look at yourself. Because if you look at the common denominator in certain situations, whether it be amongst your friends, whether it be in your household, look at where the starting point is. And if that common denominator is you, I'm going to need you to come out of denial and fix it. The only way you can fix it is if you come out of denial. Also, it's a cycle. Because I promise you, if you look back into your family history, if your mama was like there's a history of grandmama, aunties, great-grandmamas. You'll see it all the way back. And then you need to evaluate whether or not that's something that you want to continue. I don't know about you, but I don't like it. When I say I'm drama-free, I mean I'm drama-free. I didn't get here because I didn't stop to look at where I came from. I got here because I chose to not want to take part in mess. When I see arguments coming, I take a step back, I evaluate where it started at, and we're going to fix this. Not by me snapping off, not by me getting nasty, not by us going back and forth calling each other out our name. No. And I had to fix me before I could go into a relationship and say that I'm going to have a drama-free, healthy relationship. And now I'm not in a consistent relationship right now, but all of the relationships that I've dealt with, I can promise you, one thing we did not do was go back and forth with arguing, cussing each other out. It wasn't disrespectful because I chose not to be a part of that cycle anymore. And I'm teaching my kids how not to be a part of that cycle anymore, but how to spot unhealthy relationships and people with unhealthy habits or issues that come from within. Those kind of people, they want the arguing. They want the fighting. They want the dysfunction. Take a look at yourself. Is that you? And if so, again, as I always say, do the work. It starts with you. All right, y'all. I wish I was live. I really want to go really, really into depth. Maybe that's what we'll do on Tuesday. We'll see. But have a good weekend and stay safe. Put God first. Create a relationship and stay in prayer. All right. Y'all have a good weekend.
We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor.
Y'all know we couldn't have Mama Quita come on without the Mama Quita theme song, the Love Series theme song. Here's my man Sean Isaac. We love you harder. We'll be back right after this.
Tell me something I need to know. Then take my breath and never let it go. If you just let me invade your space, I'll take this pleasure and take it with the pain. And if in the moment I bite my lips, baby, in the moment you know this is something bigger than us beyond bliss. Give me a reason to believe in. And if I want to keep you, I gotta got to love you harder. Love you harder. Love you, love you, love you, harder, 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 harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you, harder, harder, harder. So what do I do if I can't figure out? I gotta try again. Oh, so what do I do if I can't figure it out? Said I'ma leave again. Keep you up. Gotta. I got to love it. I said I gotta love it, babe. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. Yeah. Love you, love you, love you. Harder, harder, harder.
Senso sketch.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
You back at it again.
Harder, 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 harder.
ODLTL.
Yes. Sean Isaac will love you harder. Always ask this question on this song. What if we told God that? What if we actually truly took in consideration the person that we with? We truly took the time to love them harder. What if we really did that? Loved harder. Boy, listen. Wouldn't be no side chicks. Wouldn't be no foolishness. Wouldn't be no drama mama. Drama mama. Ooh, drama mama. Drama mama. That could be a song. Welcome back to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show, man. It is Thursday, the Love Series. As you just heard from Mama Quita about the drama mamas. And the number one thing that Mama Quita talked about was what you see is what you learn. So if you saw foolishness, you're going to repeat it. If all you saw was arguing, fussing, and fighting, you think that that's the right way to do it. If all you saw was people jumping off and snapping, then you think that that's how you're supposed to do it. And as I said in the inspirational rant, Grandma seemed like she knew best. But we didn't want to take what we learned from Grandma, because we let outside people tell us how we should really do it and think, and we allow TV and radio and all of them folks to tell us how to live, how to think, how to move. This is what we got. But this is not what it should have been. And because we bring to the table what we learn, doesn't necessarily mean what we learned was right. Just because it feels right doesn't mean that it is right. And as Mama Quita said, if you go down the line, it's something that was passed down. Mama, the daughter, granddaughter, the great-granddaughter, so forth and so forth. Nobody took the time to stop and say, hey, is this right? Should I be doing this? Is what my parents did was actually right? Was the fighting and arguing really necessary? And Mama Quita brings up another point, that A lot of people like drama, men included. They feel the relationship ain't great unless there's some drama. They don't feel the relationship is great unless there's an issue. They don't feel the relationship is good unless they can come home and argue. Because you know what they say, make-up sex is the best sex. I would go out on a limb to say that non-arguing sex is more lifelong and everlasting. That's just me. Drama. You thrive off of it because it's what's fed to you every day. Y'all watch The Housewives, so the spirit of drama comes from that. Y'all are engulfed in things that promotes the propaganda of drama and problems and instability in relationships. This is what you see because this is what's already in you. See, what's already in you is what you will gravitate to. I didn't ask you to. You killed me with that. So whatever is in you is what you will gravitate to. So if you was brought up in a household where there's drama and there's arguing, there's fussing, fighting, cursing, screaming, yelling, and all that other good stuff, everything around you will have that. Everything that you watch, everything that you listen to, everything that you take in will have that element. Because that's what's in you. What you see is what you learn. See, y'all learn that mama was supposed to scream, raise hell, disrespect the man. But what was crazy is sometimes y'all went to church on Sunday. They told you to pray to God. Get Jesus in your life. But they never truly read his word to understand that what you're doing, mama, is wrong. See, like I said in the Inspirational Rant, they called grandmother weak. They said grandma was weak. She let granddaddy run over him. Grandma was weak and cowardly and she wasn't strong because she didn't yell, she didn't argue, she didn't fuss, she didn't fight. She spoke with meekness. Even if he was upset, she still gave him respect as a man, and she spoke with subtlety, which brought him down. Because grandma, like I said earlier, grandma had a foundation. She wasn't about to bend, break, budge for nobody. That foundation was God. That was grandma's foundation. The foundation now has been broken. Nobody wants the God foundation. This is why the drama goes. Grandma knew that God said, in order to win your man over, you have to have subtle in speech. In order to win your man over, you have to have respect and reverence when you come to him. In order to win your man over, you can't, is your good looks, your makeup, your clothes, doing your hair, putting on good smelling perfume, that won't work. That ain't gonna work. And what's crazy is everything I'm telling you is a verse behind each other. And you can find this in 1 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 1. Because it even says if your man ain't saved, even if he don't believe in the word, you can still win him over by your actions. Because you know why most men don't go to church? Because the woman come home full of drama. Is this what they teaching you down there? I ain't going in there. You supposed to be going in there for change. Girl, every time you come home from church, you come home screaming, arguing, fussing, fighting. You told me you're supposed to be praying, but every time you go to work, you got a problem with somebody at your job. You got a problem with this. You got a problem with traffic. You got a problem going on over here. You just like drama. Because you didn't take heed to your grandmama. So you thought grandma was weak. But see, grandma had a foundation. And grandma knew prayer. Mama Quita mentioned that. The most powerful thing you have in a relationship is prayer. Because you can't change that man. The only person you can change is yourself. But see, Mama Quita made a great statement on the show last week where she said a lot of times we're praying about our partner not knowing that God, it's us that God want to change. Not knowing that it's the drama in our lives that God want to change. That's why God ain't worked on him yet. See, God is going to keep allowing him to do how he do because you refuse to acknowledge your ways. Because what you saw, what you learned is what you keep giving, and it ain't right. No man responds well to a woman who argues. I tell you it's better to sleep on the roof of the house than to occupy with a woman who argue all the time. What man want to sleep on the roof? You prefer to be in your bed where it's comfortable. But they said it's better to sleep on the roof than in the house with a woman who argues. Men are about approach. How you approach a man is how he's going to respond to you. That's why it says be subtle in your speech. Be nice in your speech. Be kind in your ways. Respect him. Because it's the only way you're going to get a lot out of him. But as Mama Quita said, what you see is what you learn. So if you learn to argue with him, if that's what you saw as a child, arguing, calling him out his name, downplaying him, making him feel less than what he really is, making him feel lower than what it is, he's not going to respond too well. And it's going to be one of three things. He's either going to shut down, he going to punch you in your mouth, or he going to leave. And most of the time, if he shut down, is because he really want to punch you in the mouth. But he's not. But this is what they don't tell you. Because what you saw growing up, you never saw submission. You never saw subjection. You never saw the reverence. You never saw the respect. That you never saw. You didn't see those things. You wasn't taught these things. You wasn't given the correct path. Because they didn't like what grandma was doing either, because they felt grandma was weak, not knowing that grandma had a strong force behind her. But because you didn't want to take on how grandma moved, you lost that strong power that was behind grandma. Because grandma understood a couple of principles. God first. God is the head of Christ. God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of man. Man is the head of the woman. The reason why most women are visionaries, the reason why most women can see something and go in and analyze it and make it happen and say you can correct this and correct that. The reason why most of y'all are good with that is because you were supposed to be a helpmeet to help a man fulfill God's purpose and will on this earth. So when he's doing something, you have a different insight to show him and to break him down and to help him achieve what God has set. But because you don't know that, because when you go to church on Sunday, you go with an itching ear, and you're looking for the pastor to say something to you so he can tickle the emotion on how you feel about a certain situation or person. And God said that he will allow this to happen, to get your ears tickled, to have you confused, because you really don't want the change. You really don't want the truth. You don't really want that, because to get that requires change. That means that you have to change what you saw. You have to change what you learned. That means that when you come in, there's a renewing of the mind. You ain't ready to renew your mind because you want your ears tickled, because you want to still attract that drama, because this is what's in you, and you don't want to change that, because now you feel if you change that, you're not a strong woman no more. You're not an independent woman no more. But like I told you on Monday, independent woman was a psychological term that they used in slavery. It was to make you psychologically independent, but still dependent on something. When a man hears, I'm a strong woman, it take a strong man to deal with a woman like me. When a man hears that, what he hears is you're a woman with problems. You're a woman with issues. You're a woman who hasn't healed. You are a woman who likes to argue. You're a woman who likes to fight. You are a drama mama. Because this is what you have seen over time. This is what you have learned to do over time. Because you didn't want to take heed to submission and subjection, because you feel it makes you second class. But that's not what it is. So we're going to take us a break. When we come back, I'm going to get into the last 2 points, because to me they go hand in hand. Her second point is beware of who you are. Meaning, what did you pick up? What did you learn? And only you can start the break of that cycle. So them two go hand in hand. So we're going to take us a break. And when we come back, we're going to get back into Mama Quita's love series, The Drama Mama. The Drama Mama. The mama with the drama. Drama Mama. You got to break that. So we'll deal with that when we come back. We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia First Black Governor. The number one question parents always ask is,
what activities take place in the after-school program?
We're glad you asked. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA after-school program includes STEAM, Youth Fit for Life, most importantly, homework assistance, arts, humanities, family involvement, community collaborations, and a nutritious snack. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA after-school program creates an environment that promotes and inspires learning enrichment and fun beyond the school day. For more information, stop on by 2220 Hamilton Road, Southwest Atlanta, or give us a call at 404-523-9622 and ask for Miss Sarah Brown so you can enroll your child in the best after-school program in town. Financial assistance is available for those that qualify.
Are you looking to become a better parent, escaping domestic or family violence, need help with anger management, couples mediation, or just individual guidance? If this sounds like you, then contact the Georgia Life Center by visiting their website at georgialifecenter.org or give them a call at 470-395-1397 to set up an appointment, because they believe everyone can lead a happy, productive life free of violence and abuse. At the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA, our staff lives by one golden rule: smile. And what does that mean? Serving members in love every day.
Yeah. Here's my man Marcus Rogers, Without You. And we'll be back with the conclusion of Mama Quita Love Series right after this.
I've come too far to give up now. Made it this far, I wonder how. Father, I just wanna make you proud, and I never wanna let you down. Carrying my cross, I chase the crown. Life get heavy, knees hit the ground. Better cry in my heart to hear the sound. Sweat just dripping from my brow. Driving to the lane, I'm getting foul. Devil been talking, getting loud, but I ain't tryna blend in with the crowd. Cause what they ever do for me? Man, I was blinded, now I see. Made mistakes, can't blame the enemy. It's time to confront the enemy. So I'm here and I'm praying, I'm bending knees, yeah. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you. I'm faking without you. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you. Been faking without you, you. Mistakes, I see it now. I got these tears, I'm breaking down. Smiling when everyone's around. Won't ask for help cause I'm too proud. But Lord, you see beyond my mask. And you know that I won't last. You say slow down, I'm moving fast. I'm chasing the love, chasing the cash. I'm chasing the high and then I crash. Your love is the only thing that lasts. You know my future, see my past. And you see when I'm running out of gas. I cannot hide from you. Even in my mess, you got me through. Saying not my will, but yours be done. I messed up and I jumped the gun, but I can't make it without you, can't take it without you. Been faking without you. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you. Been faking without you, you. Too far to turn around. You brought me here, won't let me down. No, I can make it with you, I can take it with you. I ain't breaking with you, you. I can make it with you, I can take it with you. I ain't breaking with you, you. I can't make it without you, can't take it without you. Been faking without you.
How long you gonna fake it? Right. So welcome back to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show, man. Thank you all for tuning in with us. We here at the bottom of the last hour. We here on Mama Quita's Love Series, the State of the Women Month. The title today is Drama Mama. In the first part of the Love Series, we went over what you see is what you learn, basically what you have been taught. what did you pick up in your household is what you carry with you into your own adult relationships. The last part, Mama Quita had 3 points. The first point was what you see is what you learn. And the last 2 points was be aware of who you are. And lastly, only you can break the cycle. Now, I consider these two being hand in hand. Because, see, this is when you come into Christ. Christ said that there will be a renewing of the mind, which means that you will start to think different. You will see things different. And when you come into that point in your life, you then get to see you. You then get to see how you act, how you move, how you react. Is it godly? Is it the righteous way? Because to be aware of who you are means that you now have to align yourself back up with the word. Are you living and doing the things that a woman should? Are you going about it the way it should be done? Now you can take a look at what you learn and say, no, that ain't right. Spazzing out all the time, that ain't right. Arguing, fussing, fighting, cursing, that ain't right. I shouldn't be carrying that here because there's no peace. There's no joy. The love only comes when we climax. After that is ruckus. And this is not only for your relationship of your significant other, is also when you're dealing with people in public. Because what you learned is just how you're going to carry yourself and deal. It becomes a character builder. This becomes your character. And are you aware of the character that you have created? Have you created this superwoman that is actually weak? Have you created this image, but you're yet the opposite thereof? Have you become aware of yourself? As I tell you all the time, as I sit here on the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me too. I'm learning just as you're learning. We are here to grow and learn together. We're here to build and communicate with each other together. We are here to agree and to disagree, and to work on the disagreements to come to an agreement. This is not one-sided. As I mentioned during the men's series, communication is key. But I also mentioned that I can be a bad communicator based on how my first lady likes for me to communicate. But ladies, is your man a bad communicator because he wasn't taught to communicate? And also, is he a bad communicator because of how you communicate yourself? See, a lot of women like communication. No, you just like to talk about what you want to talk about. Because a lot of women who claim to like communication has anger issues and don't know how to truly properly communicate. Because this is what you have picked up. Because you think that screaming, yelling, arguing, fussing, fighting, getting your word out, making a point is what it is. When usually the best point to make according to the scripture is to remain silent. And that's not just for women, that's for men too. Be quick to hear, slow to speak. A lot of women aren't quick to hear. They hear what they want. I was watching this meme on Facebook, and it says, husband calls the wife and said, babe, I was in a bad car accident. Let's just say Helen. Helen took me to the hospital. I have a broken this, a broken that, broken this, broken that, broken this. They said the wife response was, who the hell is Helen? Who is Helen? Okay, you was in a car accident, all that shit broke, whatever. But who is Helen? Helen is the paramedic who was talking to me in the back, keeping me calm out of my pain. That's who Helen was. Thank Helen for bringing me here in the ambulance. Because you learn drama, you don't become aware that you seek drama. You seek the bad. You don't look for the good. And once you become aware of yourself, once you become aware that you have taken something that does you no good, now only you can break that cycle. Only you can adapt to the new change. Only you can adapt. Only you can make that happen so it doesn't pass down to your children. But are you truly aware of who you are? Are you truly aware of what you have picked up from your past? Are you truly aware that you're not properly healed? Are you truly aware that everything that you were taught were not 100% correct? Because becoming aware means that there's a change that has to happen. And what I realize is you feel if you change, you become weak. If you change, you ain't strong no more. If you change, then the man is ruling. And why should a man rule over you? And they put everything on the woman. No, women has decided to go out and take things that they had no business taking. They go out and take on responsibilities that they have no business because you were taught you can. Because you were told you can do what a man does. But how can you adapt that when the Bible tells you you can't? I'm not saying that you can't go to work. I'm not saying you can't have a career. I'm not saying that you can't build something, create something. I'm not saying that. But when you go out here and you want to take on the world as a man, you have to expect to get man treatment. You wanted equal equality, so you came out here. I use this analogy all the time. A girl stands on the side of a basketball court. She wants to play. So the men allow her to come on the court and play. They are not going to bend the rules because there's a girl on the court. They are not going to be lighter on you. They're actually going to be harder on you until you prove that you can hang. And once you prove you can hang, then you will gain your respect. But they're not going to change the rules because you're a girl. They're not going to move the free throw line up because you're a girl. They're not going to move the three-point line up because you're a girl. They're not going to lower the goal because you're a girl. Because you came out here wanting to adapt and be a part of what men are. And with all of that combined, along with everything that you was taught outside of your house, TV, radio, social media, and all of these things now, y'all love drama. But once you become aware of it, what are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to offset it so it don't go to your offspring? Why sit in church and get your emotions played with? And your emotions, you get a high emotion, adrenaline, but you don't really get taught the word. You don't really get true change. You don't apply the applications of God to your life. Because if you applied the applications of God to your life, then you will look back at what you learned and say, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. You will become aware of what you learn. And then you will be able to make the changes. But because you don't truly want change, because you feel it will make you less than for some type reason. Then you don't adapt that. That's no more good to you. Oh, I feel less than a woman. Either you gonna come all the way in to Christ, but he said don't be lukewarm, because he would spew you out of his mouth. And a lot of y'all women are playing the lukewarm game. You go to church on Sunday, you hear the word, but you don't apply it to your life. And a lot of pastors cater to women. So they cater to your emotions. They don't tell you necessarily right and wrong. They just cater to what you want to hear so you can feel good for the 2 hours you're here. But here on the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show, I'm going to tell you what the word actually says. And it's up to you to accept it or not. I'm not here to beat you over your head. I'm just here to tell you what it is. Whether you accept it or not, whether Mama Quita tells you something and you accept it or not, that's on you. But the number one thing that I know Mama Quita has always said, that is change is required. Y'all always, most of the time y'all go to church praying, oh Lord, this man do this, and Lord, why this man do that, and Lord, why this man do this. And Mama Quita made a great point. Sometimes we go into the house, Lord, change this woman, Lord, change this man, Lord, change this man, but it's you who God wants to change. How you want somebody else to change, but you're not willing to change yourself? You're not willing to get the excess drama out of your life. Women thrive on drama, and y'all thrive on it. Gossip. The Bible knew this is why he speaks out against gossip. This is why he speaks out against being around silly women. This is why he speaks out against taking counsel from those you're not equally yoked with. How can you take counsel from some people who have never walked through what you're trying to walk through? How are you trying to take counsel from a woman that can't hold down a great relationship? Good morning, Miss Graham. How can you take counsel? Y'all thrive on drama. This is why the housewives are, this is why reality shows are number one. Because women thrive off the drama. You don't want the change. You like the arguing, the fussing, and the fighting, because this is what you have been taught. What you have been taught and what you're accustomed to, you would draw to you, and you would draw yourself to it. Mama Quita's first point was, what you see was what you learned. So, if all you saw was drama, cursing, fussing, fighting, that's what you're going to learn. That's what you're going to take out into the world. That's what you're going to put in every part of your life. No matter how many good qualities you have, it will be outshined by this great flaw in your character, because you feel that you have to have a point. You have to argue because this is what you taught. Oh, you ain't going to talk to me that way. Oh, I'm this and oh, I am that. But if you claim to have came into the word, then that means you have a renewing of the mind. That means that you have changed. That means that you will be aware of the wrong things that you have been taught. And then you can make the changes so you don't repeat the cycle and your children don't repeat the cycle. See, as I said earlier in the inspirational rant, I think grandma knew best. because y'all consider grandma to be weak. You consider grandma to be passive. But grandma understood the word. Grandma stood on that foundation. Grandma stood on God is the head of Christ, Christ is the head of man, man is the head of woman. She stood on that. She also stood that if her man gets out of line and she has a relationship with God, that God will take care of that man. All she had to do was go in prayer. Grandma knew her number one weapon was prayer. That's why they said I had a praying grandmother. I had a praying mother, because they understood that prayer was the most powerful tool. They understood that I can't change them. The only person that can change this person is God. They knew that regardless of how the man was, they went to him in respect and in reverence. They gave him subtlety in their voice. They didn't go to him screaming, arguing, yelling, fussing, and fighting. They knew what that word said. That word said that if you go to your man in subtle, you can win him in subtle conversation. But when you argue, fuss, and fight, when that's what you seen, that's what you know, when you think that when you get upset, you're supposed to scream and yell, then you will never have a decent relationship. It will always be full of drama and no peace, because you're not willing to change your side of what you see and what you taught, because you thought it was right. But when the word said that is wrong, said even if your man is not saved, your actions and your respect and reverence will win him over. After that, the next verse after that says the subtlety in your speech and the subtlety in your conversation will win him over. Because men don't go too well with arguing, because we're built not to argue. We're built, when we get to that point, is wartime. And men are not going to really war with women. So he was shut down. Your speech is everything. In the verse after telling you to have a subtle speech to win him over, the verse after that said, your clothes, your hair, your makeup, getting all dialed up, fixing your hair, putting on good apparels, putting on smell good perfume, that will not win him over. Your outer, what you look like, will not win a man. Your meekness, your ability to be humble, your ability to bring him reverence and respect, your ability to be aware of yourself and know that maybe what I was taught growing up was wrong. Maybe arguing, fussing, and fighting ain't what it really is. And learning that prayer is your powerful thing. And as you ask God to change him, ask God to change you. Because don't think that you're all the way righteous, because most of the time you're not. Most women want men to communicate, because men are not great communicators. We are solutionists. We're either going to fix it or we're going to leave it alone. If we can't fix it, we'll leave it alone. And if he's a man of God, if he can't fix it, he going to give it to God and let God deal with it, and he going to leave it alone. But if you claim to be a woman of God, you got to let go of all this drama. You got to let go of your favorite TV shows, because these things put drama in your life. These things bring these drama spirits. What you listening to, what you take in, who you take counsel from. They bring these into your life. See, you always go to church and they always tell you about the physical, but they never tell you about the spiritual. They never tell you that that world is working 3 times over, 10 times over than the physical. They never tell you that. So you just run with what you learn, thinking that you're right. But women, you have to be able to separate yourself from all drama. Excuse me, gossip, all of that. Because if that's what you keep taking in, that's what you're going to keep putting out. Then it'll be hard for you to be aware of who you are so you can make the change. But they said if you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, it becomes a renewing of the mind. So if you're getting your mind renewed, then you are able to be aware of who you are. You are able to look at what you have learned. Is it right for you? For you to be able to break the cycle and make the change for generations to come. So that's my time, man. I thank you all for tuning in and rocking out with us. And we'll be back here next week, next Monday. And Mama Quita said she wanted to go into more depth with this. So we will be back on Tuesday with Drama Mama Part 2. This will give Mama Quita an opportunity to go deep and deep and deep into this. And I advise you ladies, invite your female friends in, invite your male friends in. Make sure you hit that like button. Please, please, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And next to it, hit the bell. When you click on the bell, click all. This is so you can get the notifications when we come live. Don't just hit the subscribe button. You got to hit the bell button too so you can get the notifications when we come live. This is so it'll pop up on your phone so you ain't got to second guess to see if Gov is on or not, because we are here Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 9 to 11. So this is our time, man. I love y'all. Miss Graham, I thank you for coming in. Go back and watch the replay. Make sure you hit that like button. Share this to somebody. Tell somebody. We love y'all, man. May God be with you and keep you until we see you again. Listen, if you don't have a church home, find you one. Find a good one. Get into prayer. Prayer is the most powerful thing. Get into the word. Start reading. Listen to me. Start reading the word of God and get into prayer. Because you have to realign your will up with his will. And women, we're not saying that you're second class. We're not saying that you're not better than the men. We are not saying that. What we're saying is understand your role as a woman. Like I said earlier, a lot of women are visionaries. They can see things, or they can say, they can go in and look at a couple of things and be like, oh, if you do it like this and you do it like that and you do it like this, then this will be the outcome. Y'all are built that way because you are a helpmeet. That's what your visionary was for. While he's out trying to hold down the house, your vision keeps the house moving. You are the heartbeat. You keep it moving. You keep it pumping. You are the head of the household. It's not that men don't want responsibility. It's more so that you are naturally geared to do certain things. And when you try to come out of your natural way of doing things, then you run into problems. We have to get back to the natural order. We have to get back to family. We have to understand that God is first, Christ is second, man is third, and woman. That what women have to understand, and I'm going to close, I'm sorry. Women, what you have to understand is this. God did not create man for you. God created man for his will and to do his work on earth. But he did create woman for man. I was created for God. I was created to do God's will here. My first lady was created to be that helpmeet to establish God's will. Oh, I think y'all missed that. Man, God created man for his will and for his purpose to do what God needed to be done on earth. He created woman as a helpmeet to help that man establish what God put in him to be on this earth. This is why he said when a man should leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. This is because we are moving as one. This is because we are soul tied. This is because this bond, especially after we have laid down and slept together, this bond is not supposed to be broken. There was no loophole for it to be broken. And it's not to say that women are second class. And it's not to say that you're no good. And it's not to say that you're this or you're that. You have more power than what you believe. But your strength and your power comes through Christ Jesus. And it comes through his heavenly Father. Because you are psychologically programmed to be independent, not knowing that independent woman is a slavery term. It was to psychologically make you independent from a man and make you dependent on a slave master or a government. That's what independent woman means. It's for you not to have a man. It's to take you out of God's order. And when y'all say that you're a strong woman, oh, I'm a strong woman, it takes a strong man to be with me. What that means to a man is you have no self-control, you full of drama, you like to argue, you like to fight. You say you don't want drama, but you invite it. You perpetuate it. You are not as strong as you think. Your character is actually weak. But what a man considers to be a strong woman is that praying woman, that meek woman, that humble woman, that patient woman, that woman who understands that God is first, that woman who goes in prayer, that woman who speaks with meekness. That is a strong woman, not one who argues, fuss, and fight. So that's my time, man. I thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming in, rocking out with us. We'll be back here on Monday, still with Mama Quita, State of the Women's Month. I've been having fun. I think next week is the last week, maybe. Maybe we got about 2 more weeks, a week and a half left. So we going to have some fun. I thank you all for tuning in. And Mama Quita said she wanted to come back on Tuesday and go in depth. She said she's going to see, but we will. We want to do a Drama Mama Part 2. So we will be back. So invite your friends in. Please, whatever you do, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and say all so you can get the notifications. If you would like to support the show, if you would love to support the show, our Cash App and PayPal information is in the description box. We love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for everything that y'all done. Thank y'all for following me from Facebook to YouTube. Please, let's go back and get more of our Facebook followers and bring them over to YouTube. And let's build and let's grow and let's get the truth out here. Let's get the truth out. So I thank y'all. Don't be afraid to share it. If you got a Twitter, share it on Twitter. If you got a Facebook, please share this to Facebook. One thing I love about YouTube, it allows you a lot of different outlets and a lot of different platforms to share to. So I'm so forever grateful and so thankful for y'all coming in and rocking out with us. And that's our time. And as always, remember, keep God first. Always seek the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness first in everything that you do. Know that Jesus is the only way to the Father. I don't care what anybody tells you. And love your neighbor as you love God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. And love your neighbor as you love yourself. Get into your word. Start reading your word. And get you a great, great, great prayer life. Because regardless of what anybody tells you, 2 things. Number 1, prayer is the most powerful weapon that you have. And prayer truly, truly, truly changes things. I love y'all, man. Gov gone. It's time to get up and get ready. Yeah. For the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia First Black Governor.